Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dr. Netflix. I'm your host, Chris Alonso, and with me, my lovely girlfriend, Elisa. And welcome to not just any review, it's the Dr. Netflix Top 5 Movies that are on Netflix for 2015.
I guess another way to put it would be our top five favorites for that we've watched this year on Netflix, and the top five that we watched on Netflix that, well, our, how would you call that? The worst
Yeah.
five? The
Yeah.
worst top five?
Yeah.
And the best top five?
Yeah.
Alright, so we got worst of and best of for this episode. So he's gonna have his list, and I'm gonna have mine.
So which one should we do first, best or worst?
I feel like worst is a little more fun, so let's get the good ones out of the way.
Okay.
You didn't have your list ready?
No, I do. See, it's right over here. Okay, so we're doing worst.
We're doing best first.
Oh, sorry.
The worst for last.
Okay. So how we're doing this? We're going like from each one by one. Like as in, we go for, like you go for like your five, then I go for my five, then we go from four, then you go from your four.
Wish we would have discussed this before.
If we're doing it right now. How this? We do it like one at a time. You want to go first?
So you're gonna list all of yours, and then I list all of mine.
Oh no, I mean one at a time, as in like, we go back and forth.
Alternating.
Yeah, alternating. There we go. That's the word. She knows me, yo.
All right. You first.
All right. For my number five,
Well, yeah. Do you have yours like in order? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't. You do.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have mine in order because they're all kind of like different genres of movies, so I didn't really I didn't put them in order. It's just a general list of movies that I really enjoyed watching this year that are still on Netflix now that you guys can go ahead and watch if you wanted to. But they all, like I said, they're all different genres, so they all have different things to offer. So I really didn't want to rank them in any way. But I guess he did, so why don't you do your list first then, like your entire list?
All right. Number five, Blackfish is. For those who may not know what it's a documentary, and it's about. Well, mainly it's about like this one particular. It was an attack in SeaWorld where this one lady dies, and it's pretty much about this one Pacific. Well, yeah, this one Pacific killer whale, which is kind of in the title of like a yeah, and uh, anyways, blah, a background that, and also like yeah, maybe it's not a generally good idea to have like these huge mammals of fucking whales to be in a very tiny pool.
I wouldn't say it's just about one whale in particular because they kind of expose how many accidents there really have been in all the water parks, not just SeaWorld. I mean, they focus mostly on SeaWorld and mostly on this one fish's or killer whale story, but they did talk about other accidents. They showed some really like I don't know how you would say it, but it's just the imagery is just very shocking.
Yeah, I would say some of it like it's unintentionally funny. Like I'm trying to remember, it's like with the one dude who pretty I think it was during the show, and he got fucking tackled by not just one killer whale but two killer whales. I found it kind of unintentionally funny, but it's kind of a bit sad and
And scary, very scary.
Yeah.
If you were in that situation, that something that is huge is chasing after you and you can't control it. You know, you're in their element. You know, swimming is their thing, and
you're fucked.
they're huge. So
And from at least from what we heard, like when they're like out in the wild, they're like a lot more nicer, a lot more friendlier compared to when in giant, I mean, in tiny size tanks. Well,
Basically, like this documentary, it just kind of educates people a little bit more on killer whales and their lives compared to the wild and captivity, because apparently in the wild, like you said, it's not that they get along more, it's just that the females are more dominant, and when the female gets mad at the male, there's a whole ocean that they have, so the male can get far enough away from her that she's not going to attack him. But in an aquarium, you just can't, they don't have that space to give the female. So what ends up happening is the female ends up attacking. And not only that, but they also explain that the way that whales interact is the same way that humans interact, where different regions have different languages, so they can't all communicate with each other. And what these aquariums do is they stick different whales from different regions in together, and those whales can't understand each other, they can't speak to each other, and that causes a strain because they're very social creatures just like us.
I gotta say, yeah, better memory than what I remember. But I still enjoy the documentary, and it not one in particular that I would go back to, but I wouldn't mind. Well, I mean, I would go back to just it's a bit rough. That's what I can say. It's very rough.
I've watched it. I watched it twice because the first time I couldn't fully pay attention to it, and it was. I'm not really the type to really watch documentaries, but this one, it drew me in. It was so interesting, and I think anyone would like this movie, even if they're not that into documentaries. It's fascinating.
Yes, yes, yes. Number 4 on my list is a kung fu movie called Ip Man. Now I gotta really specify here because apparently there's 4 other Ip Mans. There's like the at least the 2 on Netflix. They're like the one with Donnie Yen, and the 2 other ones, they're entirely different from the Donnie Yen ones. They're both completely different. What I can say about at least this particular version with Donnie Yen, I really enjoy it. I've been into kung fu. I love kung fu movies, and this one's about like, well, the man who trained Bruce Lee in Wing Chun. I gotta say the fighting choreography in this movie is so astounding. She's like, damn, and it's I really love it. I do love kung fu movies, and the way I have to is to specify between the two because, well, in kung fu movies they have all different types of their lore of different types of movies in China. I want to say, yeah, because whenever they have like one particular person, there's like billions of movies of the particular person, and that's the way they kind of treat with Ip Man, where you don't have just one particular movie about this dude. You have like thousands of movies of this particular dude. But I would say go watch the ones with Donnie Yen. I do like the other ones, but the Donnie Yen ones I think are pretty good, especially the first one. The first one is probably my favorite overall. I do really enjoy the second one, but for some the first one I did really enjoy. Except, how can I best explain? Like when they get into kind of World War II.
Play Puzzle and Dragons, the #1 Japanese puzzle.
Whoops.
That my sound was off. I'm not on my phone looking at a game.
I'm looking at it. Just to kind of finish off of what I was saying, the way they kind of portray Japanese during World War II. Again, I don't know what exactly happened during that time. You know, it's like, okay, well, pretty much the Japanese did invade China. That's what we know so far from. But I don't know, like the way they villainize him, it's not like only one of them was like, I guess you could say cool, as in like, okay, like he's not like trying to be like a stereotypical villain. But the way they made them portray the Japanese, they all seem very cartoonish level of villainy, and it's that's the only part I can say is like a bit like cringeworthy. But other than that, I really enjoy this movie. I really do. It's a really awesome kung fu movie. You want to like some really awesome kung fu movie? I would say this one. Number 3 for me is Grave Encounters. It's a what you would call those found footage horror movies. That's what I meant to say. This is the best way I could say. Pretty much what Grave Encounters about.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah blah. What Grave Encounter is about, it's pretty much this one found footage movie that's with these team who are these quote unquote like ghost hunter, these the paranormal activity
Investigators.
yeah, they're investigators.
They were doing a TV show, weren't they? Or trying to
Yeah, they're doing a TV show and they got to the episode 5 and this is the one that like oh shit just went down really quick. And I would say like the first 30 minutes they do kind of drag. You don't really care for these people. It's like
I fell asleep.
yeah, like I said, the first 30 minutes is I would say like you're there going like man, like I would say the first 10 minutes of it, it's like okay, it's kind of interesting. I'm kind of laughing through this, but then it's like okay, I want something to happen, and something does happen. It absolutely fucking it really does kind of flip the tables on you, cause you think like oh well, you think it's gonna be it already set the bar low on this movie, and then all of a sudden, like I said, it flipped the tables on you, and you're like, oh, well, this is a really different kind of movie, and it goes balls out nuts to you.
Can I say one thing I liked about it
Yeah.
as well? Because I wasn't crazy about the movie. Like I said, I fell asleep during it, and I pretty much didn't wake up till near the end. And I woke up here and there, but I did watch the beginning, and it is boring at first. But one thing I can say from the parts that I actually was conscious for was the beginning was pretty realistic of how you would imagine people doing a haunted house type show where they like the people in it, they didn't believe in paranormal activity themselves, and they had shot a few episodes, and I think they even did like fake effects
Yeah.
just to get some scares in and just to make the show interesting, which was what was kind of funny about. And like they say, oh, we're gonna shoot it this way, shoot the camera that way, make it creepy this way and that way, and you can kind of imagine like this is what the actual shows that do this must do. Like they clearly purposely do tricks and things like that to get you scared and actually make you want to watch the show to make it interesting. So I kind of like that aspect about it.
Yeah. And like I said, like the first 30 minutes is a total drag, but like after the first 30 minutes, when it start like going, that's when like oh now shit start getting real. For my number 2 is Pain and Gain. And you know what? I would say this right now. It's Michael Bay's best movie ever, and I think we're gonna see like another of a Pain and Gain for a big while. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Michael Bay, you mean the dude who directed those Transformers movies? The guy who directed Armageddon. This is the best movie he ever made. Yes, it is. It's absolutely it's so kind of ridiculous, but it's based on an actual true story, and it's like oh, and the movie does have to say a couple of times like yeah, this is based on a true story. This shit does happen because it's like get the fuck out of here. And it's like oh well this shit's kind of fucked up. And surprisingly, it is really, really fucking good. It's pretty much with Mark Wahlberg,
The Rock.
The Rock, and
Some.
I forgot the other dude's name, but I know he was the Falcon in Captain America: Winter Soldier. That's all I remember him by. And pretty much like they kind of took this dude like hostage and made him size all these things so that they can get the money from him. And they're all bodybuilders and they're all pretty fucking dumb, but yet somehow in their stupidity they somehow achieved it. I won't say what happens, but it's like I said, it's a really good movie. It's pretty funny. Although I would say if they would have shortened up a little bit, I think it would become a much amazing movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really good movie overall.
Yeah, it was a bit long, but the most interesting thing about that movie were the characters.
Yeah.
they're what made the movie, not what actually, because yeah, what happened was kind of what they did. It was really fucked up, and at the same time, it was a bit ridiculous. And they were all stupid in their own way, but they all kind of had something interesting going on, you could say. So it was interesting to follow, and it is a really good movie.
Okay. And my number one movie on Netflix right now, you should watch it, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I saw this movie many, many times, and for sometimes, it'd be kind of right after your good old Uncle Christian is under the influence of I won't say exactly what, but let's just say that he was under the influence, and he's like, I feel like watching from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas because it's pretty much about Hunter S. Thompson, one of the famous writers, and a very extraordinary guy with him and his attorney, and they go to Las Vegas to find the American dream. And, well, during the meantime, they take not every single drug you would think imaginable, but most hallucination drugs, blah. And yeah, I fucking love this movie. I love this movie to death. Johnny Depp, I think he does capture Hunter S. Thompson. I forgot which documentary that it was about Hunter S. Thompson, but when you do watch him, I think he captured him really, really well. And watch a movie, you think to yourself like, wait, was this entire movie about like looking for the American dream? It's, I guess you could say, more kind of symbolic. It's a bit crazy, and you think the movie kind of lost focus, but it's like it does make a point within the movie. I kind of forgot what's the point within the movie. It may have to do with the under influence, but whenever I'm under the influence, this is a movie I watch. Whenever I'm drunk, I watch Rum Diary because that's also that's a book that Hunter S. Thompson wrote, or at least the one book that he wrote but never got published. But yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, in my opinion, is an amazing movie. Even you're not under the influence, it still is an amazing movie. I fucking love the movie. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, Biblical, your turn.
Okay, so like I said, these aren't in any particular order. It's just kind of the way that I wrote it down, but I don't think any of them is really better than another. They're all really good movies, and I don't rank them in any way. So the first one is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And this movie is basically about two guys that are going on vacation, and they're not the smartest guys around, but they seem like really good guys, and they're going on vacation to basically this rundown cabin in the woods that is like one of the lead characters' like dream vacation home. It's what he always wanted, and you can tell they're just really simple, humble guys, and they have no bad intentions, and they seem so innocent. And somehow these teenagers, they bump into them and just completely judge them based on the way they look and how hillbillyish they look, and their car looks and their cabin looks and everything, and they just completely misjudge them and just take them for face value. And basically, like, I don't know how else to say it, like,
I think the best way to describe it, if I could, it's satire of a film. Like it pretty much it makes fun of slasher films in general, like where you have like the one killer dude that apparently is a hillbilly, your Jasons, your Freddy Kruegers, or what have you, and somehow all the movies take place within a woods inside of a cabin, and that's pretty much making fun of the entire time. The fact that these two rednecks they're simple, they seem pretty nice guys. They seem to want to harm a fly, and yet somehow these teenagers, they like oh shit, like they're the killers out there. It's like no,
well, technically they did accidentally create some situations in which some people were killed, but not purposely, and then they they didn't know that they were killing. I don't know. Well, basically, all I can say about this movie is this is a prime of example of what a spoof movie should be. I liked Scary Movie and I loved Scary Movie 2, but the truth is it's mostly cheap humor and it's not really, I mean, a lot of the laughs are just cheap laughs and it's not very smart and it's not very creative. It's kind of like just an easy way to do a spoof. But this movie is just really smart and it's different from any other types of spoofs that I've seen. So I really liked it. It was really good.
The best way I could describe it is that like if you enjoy like watching Cabin in the Woods, I would say how Cabin in the Woods it's more of a deconstruction of all the genre of movies. This one it does kind of do that, but it's a little more different to it. Okay, next one.
Okay, my next one is called World's Greatest Dad, and it's with Robin Williams.
The late and the great Robin
Yes.
Williams.
I ended up watching this movie after he had passed away because I wanted to watch a little bit more of his films, and this movie was awesome. Like, it was really good. It's about him. He has a son, and his son is pretty much an asshole, and the son ends up killing himself from auto asphyxiation while he was masturbating. And basically, the dad finds him, and he didn't want people to know how the son died, so he kind of staged it to look like the son hung himself instead, and he wrote a suicide letter, and all the kids that used to hate the son, when they read the suicide letter, because someone had pulled up the police report, one of the kids, all of a sudden everyone adored the son. And I'm not going to say much more than that, but that's when people actually started appreciating the son and Robin Williams. And it's a really good movie. It's really smart, and it's kind of has like some kind of subtle dark humor, I guess you could say.
I would say if you want to remember Robin Williams like at his best as both at the best of his like acting abilities, I said this is probably like one of his movies you should watch to actually remember him as being like a really great and talented actor.
He doesn't play the typical Robin Williams character that you would normally expect. It was more of a serious role.
I'm gonna miss Robin.
A moment of silence.
How long is a moment?
Few seconds?
I don't know.
You already ruined it. Anyway. Well, it's a really good movie, and I know I keep saying that, but it's true. So I would recommend watching this movie. I would rate it a 5. I mean, I'm not really the type of person that will watch a movie 2 times. Usually I'll watch a movie once and then I'm kind of done with it. But when it's really good, I don't mind watching it again. And I'll just say this, that I watched it and the next day Chris came over and I was telling him about the movie. And so he was interested in watching it from how I described it. And I was willing to watch it again the next night. So that's how much I liked it. And I'm not really the type of person to do that, unless it's a really good movie. So my next one.
Someone Mary Berry.
It's my turn. I was supposed to say that.
Oh, I'm helping you.
No one told you to read my list.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So my next movie is Someone Mary Berry. And this movie actually has the same lead as Tuck and Dale versus Evil. And I'm going to look his name up right now. I'm going to still talk. I can multitask. Anyway, so I'm looking up his name up. Now, what I'm going to say about this movie is I actually really wanted to watch it for Valentine's Day one year. I don't remember what year that was in particular. It was either like last year. No, it was the year before, right?
I want to say it was the year before.
Yeah, okay. So it was like 2 years ago. And I really wanted to watch this movie. And it was supposed to come out in theaters, and it did. However, it was only in selected theaters, so there wasn't a theater close enough to watch it, and
Because they're assholes.
I wasn't willing to like go that far. So the actor's name is Tyler Labine, and this movie also has Damon Wayans Jr., so you know it's a good movie. It has a Wayans brother. No.
No.
I would say yes. I love the Wayans brothers.
I like the Wayans brother too, but
I would say that is completely
no, that's
correct.
False. That's absolutely false.
Correct.
I could name some movies that like that was not good.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Anyways, so this movie, it's basically about a guy that is very, I guess what you would call #no filter. And
Wait, the fuck is #no filter?
You don't know what that means?
I'm looking you straight. I don't know.
You're so old. Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't keep up with.
I'm sure the audience knows, but to explain it to this one over here, no filter basically means that you say whatever comes to your mind. You don't know how to think before you speak. You just say things, and when people give you strange looks, you don't even know what their deal is because you were just saying what came to your mind, and you don't know what's wrong with that.
I think I know the best way to kind of explain this. Pretty much, he's he's pretty much like the one friend you have, like the one you like. I don't really want to hang out with a particular person. I don't have the best way to kind of say to him, but he's really obnoxious, and I don't really want to hang out with him. Oh, he's here. Great. Hopefully he won't embarrass me in front of this girl. Oh, he did by telling the one time I threw up on a chick. Great.
So basically, the friends, they're kind of sick of him and they want to get rid of him. And the only way they can think of is to get him a girlfriend. So they try to hook him up, and it's one of those, I guess you can say, a typical romantic movie, but with a little bit of a twist because of the way that the character is. And I would say it follows the formula, but it has its own originality to it that makes it, a genuinely good movie. It's funny and it's kind of charming in its own way. I thought it was charming. Like, I thought it was really cute because the girl that he finds is basically just as obnoxious as him, and it's just a really good movie.
I thought it was okay at best. Like I thought it wasn't all that great. And if I could recall, like some of the friends over there, like it's like, why don't you just talk to the actual dude instead of like going for this entire thing that like just to get rid of him.
But see, the point is, and that's what I like. I didn't want to ruin it, but now I'm just gonna say it.
No. You don't have to let
I'm
them.
Gonna say it.
No, you don't. No.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
Don't do it.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
I have to edit something. It's gonna take very long.
Well, I'm gonna say it. Okay. So, like, what I like about the movie is basically in the end, it kind of shows how even though this guy was obnoxious, he's actually a really good friend, and it kind of flips the script and shows that these guys are pieces of shit because they don't want him around. And that's what I liked about that movie. It wasn't the typical, oh, he's an asshole, but he can still come around. Like, it wasn't that typical kind of thing. It actually showed, these guys are actually assholes, and this guy, even though he's obnoxious, he has a big heart. So that's what I really liked about it, and that's why it made it on the list, because to me it wasn't a typical movie.
Okay. Don't scare me like that.
But I didn't want to spoil it. But okay. The next movie is called Frozen Ground, and it's based on a true story, and it has, what are their names? Nicolas Cage and
John Cusack.
Okay. This was based on a true story.
Well, it's based on true events, which
What's the difference?
It kind of same thing with how movies based on a true story is like it's quote unquote based on a true story. It's not really, it somewhat kind of is, but we did some things here and there kind of change it. Same thing how a movie says is based on true events. Like, yeah, it sort of is, but not really in particular. Sure, this part may have happened. Yeah.
Okay, well, either way, really good movie. I would call this movie maybe like a thriller.
Yeah, I would say it's a really, really good thriller. Like, I really have heard about this movie, but I'm like, oh, well, it's with Nicolas Cage. Well, his funny ass should make it at least somewhat worth
I mean,
it.
if it has Nicolas Cage and John Cusack, those are actors I really like. I actually don't really like any type of actiony movies. I kind of like thrillers, but I'm more of a comedy type person, as you can tell from my list. I don't really watch a lot of thrillers, or well, I kind of do because of my dad, but I don't enjoy them that much. But this movie was it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And I actually like the action movies that Nicolas Cage does. I don't know why, I just do. And it was basically about like
It's what the premise about is like this long, very like this kind of murder mystery, if you will, about pretty much this one where they see all the like you getting these kind of bodies. I think from each month or what have not each month, but like every 2 or 3 or 4 months, they some random body keep on like popping about.
I wouldn't really say it's a mystery though, because they make it clear who the murderer is, but they're just trying to get him.
Well, yeah, I even more. Well, yes, word.
Yeah, because if I feel like if you know who the killer is, it's not really a mystery, but it is a thriller because you're kind of holding on to your seat because you see what he's doing and you just want him to get caught so bad, and you see him getting away with these things. It's like, oh my god, why? Why?
And I gotta say, surprisingly, it was really good. Like, I was, sitting there, I'm like, okay, like, I was like, at best, this is probably sublime or at least mediocre. But I gotta say, like, this is actually was pretty gosh darn good. I would say it's pretty gosh darn good. I don't know, Biblical, what do you think?
I would recommend watching it. I think anyone could enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
It's just a good movie. And it's on Netflix. And so you don't have to rent it or anything. You just watch it. I hope you have Netflix if you're listening to it. If not, you should try the 1 month free trial. Watch all the movies we're recommending. Don't watch the movies that we're not recommending. And see if you want to keep Netflix. They also have really good shows on there.
Maybe we should have a sponsor such as Netflix. I mean, the show is called Dr. Netflix, and we do enjoy the service. Please give us a sponsorship, Netflix.
I don't think we're popular enough yet for them to sponsor us.
We'll get there.
Yes. And so my last pick is a children and family movie, just because I'm still a kid. And it's called Kumba, and it's about a zebra. I'm trying to think. I watched this a while ago.
It's about a zebra with his best friends, a lion, and they have other two best friends. One is a hippopotamus, the other giraffe. And they're all like in a zoo, and the zebra want to go out into the wild, and the lion is what? Huh?
You didn't watch this movie.
I know I didn't watch this movie. I'm just making.
So what are you?
I'm telling.
What are you telling the people?
I'm explaining the Madagascar plot.
Okay, the reason why this movie is on my list, I had a bunch of other movies on my list, but I wanted to make my list a little bit more versatile, and I personally have respect for a animation movie. What do you call that? Digital animation? Is that what that is?
I think CGI animation.
Is it? The 3D?
Yeah, or 3D CGI.
I mean, what would you call like Toy Story before?
Fucking I know. Pixar. That's what you call it. Pixar.
You know what kind of movies I'm talking about, I'm sure though. I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
Anyway, anyway,
gonna make it specifically clear.
but anyway, those types of movies. I've seen I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I have the assumption that every movie that's like that has to be made by DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, because it feels like they're the only ones that come out with good movies like that. Like all the movies like that they come out with are really good. So I have mad respect when I find a movie like that that is not made from them but is still really good and heartwarming, because I don't know what it is, but Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, whatever, like they just have the tendency to make the most fucking heartwarming films that just tug at your little heartstring. No matter how old you are, you will feel warmth in your heart.
The
Okay?
first 10 minutes of
Oh
Toy
my-
Story 3.
I mean, these movies are just amazing. And again, we're not sponsoring anyone. We're not sponsored by anyone here. We're just-
Disney, you should no. Wait, no, we're not. We're not really that kind of family kind of show.
yeah. Well, anyways, Disney is an evil corporation.
I
So
don't care. I'll take their money. I don't care if a corporation.
that's what you would call a sellout.
I
Don't worry, people. I won't let that happen. But
you would take their money too. You say that now. You say it right now, but like you would take their money.
no, not really. Okay, so back to Kumba. So like I said, I have a lot of respect for a movie made like that that isn't from Disney or Pixar, and this was a very heartwarming movie. It was about a zebra without stripes that basically he lived with his clan. They weren't trapped, but they had themselves closed off from the world so that they didn't have to deal with their natural predators. The zebra's mother is sick, and the zebra himself doesn't really fit in with the other zebras because he doesn't have stripes. It's kind of like that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer scenario
I was gonna make fun of it for that.
because he's different. Well, the difference with this movie is his mother dies, and
So wait, this is a Disney movie?
it's not a Disney movie.
It sounds like a Disney movie. Apparently, they just kill off
Hey,
mothers.
if it's not a Disney movie, but they can make it like Disney and it's heartwarming, then kudos to them, because they sure as hell don't have as much money as Disney, I'm sure. So that's fucking awesome. I don't think you're giving them enough credit. Anyway, so yeah, the mother ends up dying, and also where they're closed off, I think they're like running low on water and it hasn't rained in a long time. So somebody has to go out there to, get them help, but the leaders don't want to go out. They don't want to get attacked by, their natural predators, yada, yada, yada. So basically, it is very Disney reminiscent. Like, it kind of also reminds me, like, of Ice Age a little bit, because he kind of ends up escaping and leaving, and he runs into a bunch of people, makes some friends, and goes on an adventure. But it's a really good story. It's fun to watch, even if you're not a kid, unless I guess you're too grown for those type of movies. In that case, I just think you're
Fuck
in
you.
denial
Fuck
and you don't want to admit that you still have that childlike side in your heart. And, as much as Chris wants to make fun, so it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, so it's Madagascar, so it's that,
You didn't say anything about the plot. I was just making fun of it because you say a zebra, so I just said like, okay, well, I'm just gonna take this entire thing because it's funny to do that. It's fun. I don't know.
you and your pretty eyelashes. But yeah, so that's my top 5. I hope I gave a good enough range of movies. I'm not sure if I did, because I know there's a lot of comedies in there, but I can't help it. I'm just a comedy type person.
You're full of yucks. Yuck.
But yeah, that's my list. I am very happy with the list. that I chose, and all of these movies are highly recommended by moi.
Now we go from the top best 5 to the top worst 5. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, again, so do you have that list in order?
Yep.
So you want to go first?
I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I guess I'll go first.
And I just want to do a little side note. When me and him were trying to come up with our list, we're like, damn, it's really hard to think of, top worst movies. So I just want to let you guys know, when we say top worst, we mean like don't bother watching it. It is really bad. We don't recommend it at all. Like it's not even a 1. That's how bad it is. So just try to think of it that way. It's not movies that were like okay or kind of bad. It's more like no redeemable qualities. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Just don't watch it. Take your eyes out before you even. Oh, too far. Okay.
Too dirty?
Okay, so.
Okay, so my number 5 is ironically Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Now, for those who may not know this, I'm a very, 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 well, not very, I'm a pretty big Star Trek fan. Up to
You are?
Yes.
It's over.
No. Well, see, I'm a big big Star Trek fan, but not up to a point that like I'm very obsessive about it. Like I love the show. The first one I watched was Star Trek Next Generation. Then I got into Star Trek, the original series, and then I got into the bit of the movies.
Because of all your action figures and little toys, I've never seen anything Star Trek related.
Well, you never seen my DVD collection, have you? Exactly.
It sucked. I didn't pay attention to it.
But yeah, well, with the Star Trek movies, like the way I do it, I go from at least for any movies in general, I start with the first one, and then work my way to whatever. And Star Trek 5, I would say personally, I like the movie, but I know for a fact it's a really bad movie, a really bad Star Trek movie. The only one quotable line that is probably like my favorite line ever, and it's a really awesome kind of Captain Kirk moment, is when he says like, "Why would God need a spaceship?" And it's like, well, Kirk has a really, really good. He have a point here. Why would God need a spaceship? But yeah, it's bad because besides it's directed by William Shatner. Besides that, it's not a really good Star Trek movie. Like it tried with a too much of a comedic tone. It fails on every level. I mean, it's funny bad. Like it's so bad that it's almost good, but at the same time, it's just really, really bad as a Star Trek movie. And I say, don't watch it. Like if you want to watch this, if you want to get into Star Trek, I would not recommend this. I would say like if you really want to start somewhere, like I see the new Star Trek films, the news of it, Star Trek '09, and also I don't know. I think I heard Star Trek Into Darkness is pretty good, but if you don't mind like watching OG stuff, I would say go with the old school show, and or just a movie form. I would say just skip motion picture and just go straight into Wrath of Khan. That's probably like the best, just both as a movie and also as one of the best Star Trek movies of all time. I'll go that far. Number 4, but yeah, to kind of go back to Star Trek 5. Don't watch it. Like I said, just don't. Like personally, I like the movie, but don't watch the movie. Okay, number 4, Children of the Corn 5, Fields of Terror.
You have a lot of 5s.
Well, no, this is only 2 5s.
Yeah, but 2 out of 5 are 5s. Almost half.
Me and Bippa Girl, we already did a Children of the Corn marathon. You can just go and listen to why this one is absolutely bad. It's boring. It's boring. The only one good part at all, and it's like, wow, this is even much boringer. And then, yeah, it's a really boring film, and See, I would say one of the worst things you could do for a film is you'd be absolutely boring. The movie does succeed to that. So yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch Children of the Corn 5. You know what? Just watch. I mean, if you're really curious about Children of the Corn movies, just watch the first, the third, and then the sixth. Other than that, why even watching Children of the Corn? You sick, demented freaks. Number 3, and originally it was going to be M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. I don't care, I'm saying in the village. Originally it was going to be that, but I took that off. And I put on Soul Plane. Oh my god. This is. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Up to a point.
It's hilarious.
This is my girlfriend. She loves watching Soul Plane and
And you love watching the Power Rangers.
yeah.
No judgment.
I didn't say that was good. I like watching Power Rangers, but I know when something's bad. I know something's bad.
Nah.
But yeah, Soul Plane. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. It's up to the point I said to myself, like, wow, this is so stereotypical that people should be absolutely kind of hating this, and it kind of makes things kind of worse because
How can you hate anything with Snoop Dogg in it?
I can, and I don't really like this.
Or Kevin Hart?
But
or Sofia Vergara?
who?
She's in Modern Family. The spunky Colombian lady.
That doesn't mean a damn thing to me.
They're awesome.
The,
Then some other gay dude, and then Uncle Ruckus. No.
Uncle Ruckus. You know what? That would have been
Grandpa.
awesome.
Grandpa.
Granddad. That would have been awesome. Yeah, like I would say the only two parts that like worthwhile was just only with is it Reese? No, it's damn. I keep forgetting his name, but he's like a something Witherspoon or something, and he's
What?
I
Witherspoon.
don't know, something like that.
Oh, and Godfrey. I love Godfrey. He's hilarious.
I'm sure.
He's the co-pilot.
Oh, okay. I don't know who he is, but sure.
He's hilarious.
Okay. I'm trying to think here. No. She's terrorizing me again.
Just playing with your beard, so you can chew on your beard, but I can't play with it and twirl it around.
Cause I'm trying to think and stuff. I'm saying right now, so like I forgot, but like pretty much the dude who voiced Granddad, he's I really enjoy him, and also the part with Terry Crews as like the bouncer. I would say like Terry Crews can make something kind of bland to like something. Terry Crews is here. Oh, and look, he's smiling, and he's fucking flexing his muscles. Okay, you know what? This is making me. Wait, no, come back, Terry Crews, come back. No.
He likes to watch Terry Crews' muscles.
Like when I flex it, because then he makes the fucking funny face of his.
Sure, you're watching the face.
Yes. But yeah, just, oh my god. This is Soul Plane is the best way to describe it. It's what people kind of thought that like when people elected Barack Obama as president of the United States, thought he was going to do when he was first elected. Like, he's going to like paint the White House into purple. He's going to look like Django from Django Unchained when he like picked out his fucking outfit. That's what people think that Barack Obama was going to do when he was first elected. It's just so stereotyped. It's not that funny. It's just like, wow, it's not that enjoyable, yo. It's not.
I gotta say, I have the opposite opinion. I don't think it deserves any Emmys. It's not a very deep movie, but to me, it's stupid funny, and
I don't mind stupid funny.
I really like the character. It also had Monique in it. I really liked the characters in the movie. I thought almost all of them were pretty fun to watch, so.
I'm saying right now, a movie doesn't have to be smart in order to be funny. I like stupid funny, but this was just like borderline up to a point like it's offensive to my taste. It's offensive, I say.
Well, you can't really say offensive because it wasn't against your race, and the people that were in it were of that offended race. So if they weren't offended by it,
The only reason why they was offended by it because they got paid.
Eh,
They,
nah.
and that's the only reason why it's like, will I get paid?
Was the writer black or white?
I found a director and
The writer.
one of the writers is black,
There you go. Full
but but one of the other writers was white. White.
I guess he wrote all the honky parts.
No, if anything, it could be the opposite.
See, then they're making fun of each other. It's all good in the hood.
No.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my number 3. Number 2 is Batman and Robin. Do I really have to explain why Batman and Robin sucks and why you shouldn't watch it at all? It's a terrible film. It is. It's a kind of movie that it's just horrible. It's a horrible train wreck of a film. You know, you can't even say Arnold Schwarzenegger is the only good thing about it. No, he's absolutely worse. You know, he keep making fucking ice pun up the fucking wazoo. Fucking George Clooney and his fucking whatchamacall those head shaking thingies. I forgot those head shaking thingies. Bubblehead, there we go. His fucking bubblehead of a fucking head. Batman and Robin made the Adam West 1966 Batman show fucking William Shakespeare. It somehow did that. Like somehow you made that show that like somehow you pretty much all the blueprint of the 1960 show that you pretty much base your movie of. You somehow made that show a lot better compared what your Steven Pilot shit had. I would say I do like Batman Forever. It's not a great Batman movie whatsoever, but I liked it. It's fun. It didn't go way over the top, although there were some moments of like, it could have been probably a tad bit more better if you would have changed some things here and there. But overall, I liked it. This one is too fucking way over the extreme, and it's like, wow, this is fucking horrible. And yeah. And last but not least, Come On and Play. If you want to watch the worst version of Children of the Corn, this is it. This is it. It's, oh my god, it's absolutely fucking trash. This is fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's like up to the point I'm like, wow, these white people are so fucking dumb. I want to strangle them myself. Like I want the white people to die because it's so fucking dumb. That like really, you telling me you cannot? You're telling me you.
Why don't you tell them what the movie's about?
Okay, what's the movie about? Pretty much these white people on fucking vacation and go on this island. I don't know, I think some Spanish island. I don't know what Spanish island it was. And all of a sudden, the kids are killing the adults. Gee, I wonder where took that from. Original screenplay, my ass. And, oh no, now the kids are going to kill them. And, well, apparently they're not fucking smart enough to, like, go on a fucking, just... If anything, just threaten them just to fucking run over them. And if anything, they should move out of the fucking way. And if not, well, you still... I mean... hopefully they're smart enough to know to get out of the fucking way, and then you'll be able to go on your fucking boat and then tell the Coast Guard, hey, these fucking kids are killing people for no fucking reason whatsoever, because there's no explainable reason why these kids are killing whatsoever. It's a really dumb movie, and it sucks. It's worse. It's completely filth. It's completely trash. You call it a fucking horror movie? At least, if you're gonna rip off something, I mean, you rip off Children of Corn, but at least rip it off right. Rip it off as a good point. Make it like, okay, well, there's the reason why they're doing this, and make it good. I'm not saying that Children of Corn, that, like, it's some kind of masterpiece whatsoever, but at least it was good. It was pretty damn good. How you fucked up Children of Corn plot? Apparently they fucking did, and I swear, these fucking white people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And yeah, that's my worst top 5.
I say I agree on, well, most of them. I never watched Star Trek, any of them. Never watched Batman and Robin. Watched Children of the Corn 5, so I agree on that one. I agree on Come Out and Play. Soul Plane, I just think you're being silly. You're just messing with me, so. Alright, and here goes my list. So, first is Jacob. This is supposed to be a horror movie about some killer, mentally handicapped, huge, tall, obese
Dude,
kid. Yeah. Like maybe I don't know how old, and
he's on a killing spree.
yeah, I guess, you know, besides this movie being really bad quality and the acting being really horrendous, it just wasn't an interesting movie at all. Like, if it was completely ridiculous. The mother was a trashy redneck that was more woman than mother, so all she cared about was dick, and she wanted to keep her abusive drunk boyfriend, even though that's not the father of her children. And she's just trashy and stupid and makes excuses for him while acting very badly. Just like the acting was so horrible, and like the storyline itself, it's not strong because they did hint towards something supernatural, but I don't really get what that supernatural thing might be. I mean, the whole thing, it was just really hard to get through. It was really hard to watch. I mean, this is one of those things that I could truly say, don't waste your time on it. You're welcome. I took the hit for you.
Even we took the hit. I was there with you.
You like watching bad movies, though.
No, when I can make fun of them.
Okay, so that's...
When it's fun to actually watch to make fun bad movies. I mean, that's the whole purpose why watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. Because they make they come up with the jokes and they make fun of the movies for you.
So anyways, just, a really bad movie. You're welcome. And my next movie, and I know this might, I guess be, I don't want to say controversial, but unexpected. But honestly, I would say Carrie, the new version. I don't know if they still have the original version on Netflix, but the remake that they did with, I forgot what that actress's name is.
What movie she's in?
She was in Let the Right One In. The little vampire. She was...
Oh, okay, I remember.
She was also in Dark Shadows. She's been in a lot of movies. She's a really good actress. I'd say she's really talented. And, the quality and everything, the movie was good. The acting was very good. But I can honestly say, and I'm not the type of person to really watch older movies, and I'm definitely not the type of person to prefer an older movie to a remake. For example, The Longest Yard, the original was with Burt Reynolds and the remake was with Adam Sandler. I love the remake with Adam Sandler. It was hilarious. And of course, it had Terry Crews in it. So
that's the only reason why that movie made it much better, because of Terry Crews.
Not only that, and all the characters, that one big dumb black guy, he was so awesome, He's so full of strength, he doesn't even know it. He's so cute. Anyway, but yeah, and then they do have that original on Netflix, and I tried watching it, and it wasn't as funny, and it I guess kind of had its charm, but that one compared to the remake, there's just no comparison. So
the only reason why, because of Burt Reynolds. That's the only reason
why what?
Why it was good. I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, as far as Carrie goes, it's pretty much the same as the original. You might as well be watching the same movie, except it is a little bit different. I don't like how they changed the character. This character was more rebellious than the original character, so it was a bit ridiculous. I don't to me, the movie, it was just ridiculous, and the original is so much better. Yeah, the graphics are better, and they have that, cool new made for 3D watching, type filming, but I mean, overall, I just don't think it's worth it as a movie when you have the original, which is better, to be honest. It's just better, and I liked that Carrie better. Like I said, I have no problem with the actress and I really like her as an actress. I just don't like her character in this movie. So I would honestly say, like if you watch the original, you might as well not watch this one because you're gonna feel betrayed. So don't do it. Another movie is like my next movie is called Babysitters Beware, and I guess this is another children and family movie, and I was really sad about this one because there's this one like cute fat Hispanic kid, and he's like kind of on the cover of the movie, and you have Danny Trejo as well on the cover. So it's like really deceitful because that little kid actually ends up being like the main character's best friend, and Danny Trejo was only a babysitter like once for him. And it's just basically about a little boy that wants attention from his parents, so he starts misbehaving with all his babysitters so that they'll spend time with him. And it was just a really stupid movie. The acting was pretty bad and pretty pathetic, I must say. The quality was bad as well. I gotta say, like, I'm shocked Danny Trejo participated in this movie. I mean, it's seriously ridiculous.
You're shocked at
Yes, I am shocked, okay? Because I expect him to be in stuff that is a little bit better quality than this.
Hey, the man needs to get paid, yo. The man needs to pay for his yacht or boat or
But I mean, there's also
his second mortgage. He need to pay his second mortgage, yo.
you don't even know if he has a second mortgage.
He probably does.
Okay.
He's Danny Trejo. He lives in prison. He was born in prison.
Okay.
He's the Mexican Bane? Wait.
Okay. Anyways, he was wonderful in Spy Kids, but this movie just sucked. Like I said, I didn't really like it, and clearly they had him and the other little boy in it because they were super low budget, and they wasted their money on those two actors to just show up in the movie for a short period of time just to like make people want to watch. But this movie completely sucked ass. So my next movie, it's called Inappropriate Comedy. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I did watch this movie this year. However, I only remember Robert Snyder. Rob, did I say Robert?
Yeah.
I meant Rob. I apologize. I love Rob Snyder, but I did not like this movie. It was supposed to be a parody movie, and I'm actually gonna look up the description because I really did forget what it was about. I just remember that I didn't like it, and I
kind of remember what the movie's about because that was one of the best reviews on Spill.com, yo.
So, in this comedy film, a computer tablet full of the world's most hilarious and offensive apps breaks through the borders of political correctness, stirring up cultural anarchy. What would your description of the movie be?
Pretty much, it's just an anthology of skits kind of tale. Apparently, they get Adrian Brody to be in this as a flirty. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of skits. As sort of, I want to say, not really an anthology kind of tale, because none of them have, maybe only some of them may have some kind of story into them, but not really. And I don't feel like they're all really bad. Like, The Amazing Racist, it's just, I guess whoever that person was going to be, like, didn't want to be really, really hard to be the next fucking Sacha Baron Cohen's as a Borat. He wanted to be the next Borat. That's pretty much the dude wanted to be in. Flirty Harry with Adrian Brody. I heard that was absolutely terrible. It was absolutely dreadful.
And I think it was like all based on like around this concept that they were trying to film a spoof movie. So that's what was kind of happening like around that whole thing. Like that was, I guess you can call the train driving the story. I don't know.
The one thing I do know about like this movie, and another reason why she is so horrendous about it, it's just the fact, like, apparently most of these skits, you can watch them for free. You can like online because all of them they had like a web series going on, I guess, and you can watch it online for free. Like even something like Flirty Harry, you could watch it, I guess, with like the original actor or whatever. I know they probably did have like the same like things within like the original skits they had. They just did it with like different actors.
So basically, they stole other skits and put it in the movie.
No, they stole their own skits and put it within the movie.
That sounds like what I just said.
Well, no, well, no. You say like they stole other skits. I mean skits. They didn't steal other skits. They stole like their own skits.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's still stupid. Anyways, it's just like, it's not a movie worth watching, and that's all there really is to say about it. It's just stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So, my final movie is Lizzie Borden, and this movie is with Christina Ricci, and I'm sure you guys all know who Lizzie Borden is.
Who?
You never heard the rhyme, Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks? No, I think gave her father 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her mother 41. No. She is...
I don't know what rhymes you've been like listening to, but I don't remember those lines. I remember let's see, London Bridge is going down. I think that's about it.
Okay, well, this movie is based on a true event, a truly true event about a girl that murdered, very true, that murdered her parents, went to trial. It was never proven that she killed them, and to this day we don't know what happened, but her alibi was so completely like just ridiculous, like it had to have been her type of thing. But it was like way back in the day. I would say looking back, it's just the reason why I would say it's not worth watching is because you can just read about it and you can save a lot of time instead of watching a full movie on it, because the whole thing, it's just like a little bit mundane, it shows Lizzie Borden and you see her parents and you kind of see everything explained out. You get to see what her life is kind of like before she kills them, supposedly, and then you just see the parents dead and her crying, and like you just kind of see the story acted out as you could read it, so I just feel like this is one of those things. And again, I love Christina Ricci. I don't know why. Maybe it's because she was in Casper. That's probably why.
I remember her being Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family.
Yeah, that's true. I overall consider her a really good actress, but this movie I just don't find worth it because it's just a biography and it's not terribly interesting. It's pretty boring, and like I said, you can just read about it, save your time, and watch something better.
So yeah. So that concludes our top 5 best wars for 2004 for 2015 on Netflix.
I would say you said for 2014.
I mean, say 2015.
But you said 2015. Why would you say 2015?
But it's for 2015.
I thought it was for 2014.
Oh, yeah, same difference.
What's what we watched for 2014?
Well, yeah, but it's for 2015, so that way people can.
What L?
It's all very confusing, but I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
Watch them before Netflix takes them away, and don't waste your times on the ones that we're not recommending. Trust me, you will be so mad if you watch these movies.
But you will be mad if you don't watch the movie that we do recommend.
Nah, probably not.
Hey.
Because you kind of don't know what you're missing out on until you actually experience it, Like before we ever had smartphones, we never really thought we needed them. And now that we have them, we can't live in a world without them.
Yeah.
Even though not too long ago we were living just fine without them. So
the moral of the story is,
instead of searching through Netflix, trying to figure out what to watch, you have 10 perfectly good movies to watch. No matter what you're in the mood for, we got we recommended different genres, and
Most about comedies.
yes, so you should most definitely give them a shot, because you don't want to watch something on Netflix and it ends up being a crap movie, because that always sucks. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
Especially when you have your popcorn and your nachos with your cheese and you're all ready to watch a good movie.
With your hot dogs and your pizzas and your hamburgers
and
your Taco Bell.
And you're all ready to watch, a good ass movie, and then
All of a sudden, boom, 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 boom.
and then you're just like, why? The description was so deceiving.
Because they're dicks. That's my answer to everything. They're nothing but dicks.
See, people, we're on your side here.
Yes. And I would say right now, if you like what you heard, you can, click on the subscribe button. It's right over there. Just go a little more closer. It's right over there. Fucking lazy fucks. I mean, good people.
Remember to always like, share, subscribe, comment below your opinions. Maybe you guys have some movies that you'd like to recommend.
Yeah, tell us what your top 5 best and worst.
Yeah, you can tell us what movies to stay away from and what movies we should definitely watch.
Or, tell us what movies to watch, though. That way we can give you our personal opinions on. Whether it be bad or good. Or you just don't tell us about it. Say, hey, you should watch this. Like,
we can have a YouTube comment argument. We'll take it to Facebook and duke it out there. But yeah, and if you guys want us to review any particular movie, that's cool too.
If you want to do comments and you want to send by email, you can just go on just send it to my email account on glchris21@yahoo.com. You can also send me message questions of whatever for Dr. Netflix related, or you can always message me on my inbox on YouTube, or there's Twitter. You can look for me at glchris24. Yeah. Or if anything, you can find me on Facebook. Just type in Chris Alonzo with a S, not a Z, and hopefully you'll be able to find me over there. Pepe Courtney, they want to find you anywhere?
No, but I would just say support your starving artist over here.
No, I'm always starving. Gotta eat nothing but lint, yo. Nothing but lint. It was horrifying. But yeah, we want to wish you, thank you very much, and also wish you to the new year of Dr. Netflix.
Have a happy new year, everybody.
I forgot to